Very good evening to all of you. Welcome back to my channel. This is Shivam Shukla and here I am to solve a problem on resultant of general force system. It's a type 2 problem to find the resultant force and its point of application with respect to a point on the x-axis, that is the x-intercept. Let's see how the question statement goes. It was asked in university paper December 2014 for 6 marks. For given system, find resultant and its point of application with respect to point O on the x-axis, that is x-intercept. Force along CA is 100 Newton, along OD is 250 Newton, along ED is 150 Newton, along OE is 100 Newton, and additionally, apart from the figure, a clockwise movement of 500 Newton centimeter is also acting at the point O. There is a clockwise movement which is acting at point O of 500 Newton centimeter. Now we are supposed to find out r, theta, the distance d with respect to point O as well as the x-intercept, that is the distance x from the point O. Now let's draw the free body diagram of it. Okay, one by one let's write down first of all what we are supposed to find. So here it will be to find r, theta, distance d as well as the x-intercept, that is x. Okay, so step 1, let's go with the free body diagram. Step number 1, FBD. Okay, let's draw the free body diagram of it. It's a rectangular area which is given to us. Now you can see it over here, O, E, C, B, A and D. So now I can draw it. O, E, C, B. Here is the point A, I can write, and here is the point D. I can write it over here. Yeah. Now O to D there is a force, of course, like this. Even there is a force from C to A. There is a force from point C to A. Now one by one we can write down the values which are given to us. Here F is equal to 100 Newton. Here F is equal to 250 Newton. What is given to us? Even from E to D there is a force of 150 Newton. E to D I can say. It's not that prominently sure. F is equal to 150 Newton. And O to E there is a force again of 100 Newton. Apart from this, the dimensions which are given to us are nothing but, one by one we can show it over here. This is 20 centimeter, below is 70 centimeter, 70 centimeter, 20 centimeter. This is 30 centimeter over here. If you want, you can just check it from the questions diagram. This is 50 centimeter. This is 50 centimeter from the bottom. So left out above is only 40 centimeter. This is 50 centimeter. Now friends, since there are total 4 forces, of course there is one more couple. We should not forget to show that, because it is clear cut mentioned in the question. Once again we would like to see a clockwise moment of 5000 Newton centimeter is also acting. So a clockwise couple I'll be showing like this, which is nothing but of 5000 Newton centimeter. Okay. Now friends, this is the angle theta 1 and this I will be considering as the angle theta 2, and only these are the two forces which are supposed to get resolved. So first force for resolution will be like this and second force for resolution will be like this. I can show both of them over here. Okay. First, let us find out what is theta 1. Theta 1 is equal to tan inverse of, I'll be considering this right angle triangle, tan inverse of opposite, that is 20, divided by adjacent, that is 30. Now that is equal to the value, calc will be starting. So it will be tan inverse of 20 divided by 30 is equal to 33.69 degrees. So friends, I can write it over here like this, 33.69 degrees. Similarly, theta 2 is equal to tan inverse of this right angle triangle we are going to consider now, opposite, that is 50, divided by adjacent, that is 30. So therefore theta 2 is equal to, again it will be shift, so it will be shift tan inverse of 50 divided by 30. It's like this, 59.036 degrees. 59.036 degrees. Okay, so once we are done with this, we can show the resolutions over here. So it will be, this is going to be 100 cos of 33.69. Here it will be 100 sin of 33.69. Same way, this force, that is 250 Newton force, it will be 250 cos of 59.036, again 250 sin of 59.036. Okay, once we are done with this, let's go to step number 2, that is finding out the algebraic sum of solution. Step 2, that is nothing but summation fx towards the right as positive. So it's gonna be, my dear friends, is equal to minus 100 cos of 33.69 plus 250 cos of 59.036 plus 100. Over here, my dear friends, now you can calculate. So the equation is going to be minus 100 cos of 33.69 plus 250 cos of 59, 250 cos of 59.036, 59.036 plus 100 is equal to 145.419. So here it is, the value comes out to be positive. Summation fx 145.419 Newton towards right. Same way, step number 3, I can write it down, summation fy acting in upward sense as positive. So it will be equal to minus 100 sin of 33.69 plus 250 sine of 59.036. Last but not the least, a force. You can see the straight force going up. F is equal to 150 Newton plus 150 is equal to summation Fy. You can write it over here. Summation Fy. Let's do the calculation part. So it will be minus 100 sine of 33.69 plus 250 sine of 59.036 plus 150. Let's just cross check the value. 59.036 is the right. So the value that comes out over here is 308.902. 308 positive, of course. 308.902 Newton acting in vertically upward sense. Now step number 4 is to find out the value of R. R is equal to root of summation of Fx square plus summation of Fy square. So friends, therefore R is equal to root of 145.419 square plus 308.902 square. Therefore R is equal to the square plus 145.419. 145.419 square is equal to square root of the answer is over here 341.41998. So here it is 341.419 is the answer. We can approximately take it as 42. It's okay. 341.419 Newton. Of course, it will be acting towards first quadrant. Therefore, step number 4 is to find out theta is equal to tan inverse of mode of summation Fy by summation Fx. Therefore, theta is equal to, I can just do the calculation directly, my dear friends. Theta is equal to tan inverse shift tan inverse of value of Fy by Fx. Summation Fy 308.902 308.902 divided by 145.419 145.419. So here it is. The value comes up to 64.79 degrees, and of course in first quadrant. So here it is 64.79 degrees in first quadrant, towards first quadrant. Now location of R with respect to O. Location, step number, I can write it, step 5, that is location of R. I will be writing let R be located at a perpendicular distance. I can erase this, my dear friends. It's not required as such now. Already we have done that before. at perpendicular distance, small d to the right of O. Therefore, by Varignon's theorem, algebraic sum of moment of forces about O is equal to moment of resultant about the same point, considering in clockwise sense as positive. So therefore, now if I am sitting at point O with respect to O, I'll be considering the different forces. My dear friends, what all forces will be considered for taking the moment, we should be able to understand that. Now 100 sine 33.69, it is actually acting over here, won't be considered. This entire force of 250 Newton won't be considered. 100 Newton won't be considered. What the forces are going to get considered only here are 100 cos of 33.69 as well as 150 Newton. That's it. Okay. So now minus 100 cos of 33.69 into 70. This is the distance. And we have considered it to the right, of course. Again, one more force is nothing but minus 150 into 30 is equal to, again, since we have considered it to the right hand side, so actually the resultant will be acting like this. What we have assumed is the resultant R will be acting like this, and its perpendicular distance D assumed is like this. This is T. You can write it D over here. So again, resultant is also causing the body to rotate in anti-clockwise sense. That is why writing as minus R, that is 341.419 into D. Now friends, I'll be continuing over here. Therefore, now what is T? Let's just do the calculation of it. Minus 100 cos of 33.69 into 70 minus 100 cos of 33.69 into 70 is equal to, again, apart from that, minus 150 into 30. Again, this 150 is causing the body to rotate in anti-clockwise sense. Of course, my dear friends, one thing we forgot to mention is nothing but this 5000 Newton centimeter clockwise moment. So definitely it is going to get considered and it will be over here. Now friends, it's a catch that a couple which is already there, a moment which is already there, it has to be considered because it is not a force, it is a moment which is acting at this point. So irrespective of the distance, we are supposed to consider a moment or a couple in a system when we are finding out the algebraic sum of moment of the forces. This is the reason behind that is because it's a moment or a couple. The perpendicular distance, actually the forces which will be forming this couple, they will be at particular distance. They won't be exactly acting at this point. That is why it has to be considered. So this completes the equation. Minus, now I will be continuing this one, minus 150 into 30 plus 5000 is equal to minus 5324.35 divided by the value is minus, you can write it, 341.419 341.419. This is done. So the value is D is equal to 15.594 centimeter. So D is equal to, the value is positive, that means our assumption is right, 15.594 centimeter, 594 centimeter to the right. Now friends, are we supposed to find this value only or what? No, we are supposed to actually find this distance x. Now let me show it very clearly. the distance x will be this distance. D once we have found out, now will be finding this distance x, horizontal distance, where the resultant is cutting the point. This distance x we are supposed to find out, this one. Now this is nothing but this particular distance. Now in this right angled triangle, this particular right angled triangle, what we can do is, O is already there. This point I will be mentioning it as P, and this point I'll be mentioning it as Q. Now in right angled triangle, OPQ, since the angle is there, resultant's angle is known to us, that is, this is 64.79 degrees. So this is vertically opposite, this is vertically opposite angle, that is why it will be the same. So it will be sine of the angle is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse. Friends, it is very clear that opposite is nothing but D and hypotenuse is nothing but x. So if I write it, I can write it very clearly. Therefore, x is equal to D divided by the value. D is what? 15.594 divided by sine of 64.79. Therefore, x is equal to, last but not the least, I can write it. Answer is there, divided by sine of 64.79. 64.79 degrees over here, like this. Okay, 17.236 centimeter is the answer. So x is equal to 17.236 centimeter to the right. So friends, what I can do is, just at the top I'll be erasing this part. So x-intercept, I can write it very clearly. Therefore, x-intercept is equal to 17. I can write 17.236 centimeter to the right of O. So friends, if you see the marks distribution for 6 marks, how the marks are going to get distributed. 1 mark is for this summation fx along with the equation, summation fy 1 mark over here, for r 1 mark, for theta 1 mark, even the value of d will be giving you 1 mark, that is over here, and last but not the least, the value of x will be giving you 1 mark. This is how the 6 marks are going to get distributed over here, my dear friends, and this is how the problem is going to get solved. So please do like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.